Hello and welcome to this business opportunity webinar where we're going to discuss how you can revolutionize your income stream with biohacking and nutrigenomics. Now, nutrigenomics is a concept that's not familiar to everybody. It's the science of how nutrition and naturally occurring compounds affect our genes. Biohacking is using the information we learn through nutrigenomics and applying it in a specific way to optimize the mind, body, and performance. Tonight's webinar will show you how you can revolutionize your income by sharing our information about biohacking and nutrigenomics to build a customer base and distribution team. My name is Lisa Sauer. I'm a registered nurse, a nutrigenomics educator and business owner. I was introduced to this company by my younger sister who, knowing my passion for health and wellness, thought that I'd be really excited about Protandim. The problem was I hadn't heard of oxidative stress. It wasn't something I was taught at uni, and I couldn't help but feel if this was something so important, why was I hearing about it through my younger sister? So to say I was closed-minded to begin with is an understatement. But she sent me links to research on pubmed.gov. That's the National Institute of Health database, and I used that for research purposes at uni. So I knew it was credible, and I dove into that research. Then I began researching the company, the product, and most of all, oxidative stress, which, by the way, is cellular damage. Some of you may know it as free radical damage. I discovered that high levels of this in the body are directly linked with everything that you don't want, and the world we're living in exposes us to higher levels of it than ever before. All the dots started lining up. It made perfect sense, and it explained so much of what we're seeing in health today. So by the time I'd finished researching and listening to doctors talking about why they'd joined the business, I was really excited. I became a nurse to help people live their healthiest lives, and here is a natural product that helps me do exactly that. I started sharing information about this because of the science and the research that backs it. I mean, that science and research is simply amazing. But 3 years later, I'm still here and I'm still sharing, and I am more excited than ever before because our products do what they say they do, and they help people. So I joined this company because the products and the science, but my first 3 years in the business were very, very, very product focused. I had no idea what network marketing was to begin with, and I've had a rather steep but gratifying learning curve, and I've seen firsthand the power of this industry. I now understand the timing of our opportunity and exactly what that means for you hearing about this right now. The two biggest problems people face in life are health and money. Either one of those things, without the other one, is problematic. We have products and an opportunity which provide solutions for both. So what is MLM, or network marketing? Well, it's a business system where information about products and or the business opportunity are shared with other people, allowing them to make a decision to either become a customer, a business builder, or neither. During the process of sharing, a distribution network is created and the company pays you for the network volume you build. These are some examples of a few big network marketing companies you may be familiar with: Amway, Avon, and Herbalife. Now take a look at the numbers of these companies. Amway last year did $9 billion in sales. Avon did $6 billion, and Herbalife did $5 billion, of which 40% was paid out to the people who actually built the networks behind them. And these are just three examples of the over 1,800 network marketing companies which exist. So think about that, over 1,800 network marketing companies. What does that tell you? The industry works, or there wouldn't be that many. And just those three represent $20 billion, of which 40%, so approximately $8 billion, has been paid out directly to their distributors. People make money in this industry. Imagine for just one moment if you were given the chance to go back in time and be the very first person in Amway in 1959 or Avon back in 1886. If you were given the chance to be first just one time, knowing how big these companies have grown and what it would do for you and your family financially to be a part of them, would you do it? This industry provides you with an avenue of generating additional income to create a plan B. It's something you add as a sideline, a part-time gig, or you can take it full-time depending on your life circumstance and goals. Either way, we know it works. But we also know that not all companies are created equal. So how can you stack the odds in your favor? If you're going to spend valuable time building a business, you want to be sure you're in the right company. Over the last 4 years, I've studied top leaders and top companies, and what I've found is there are 4 key criteria which must be met in order to determine if a company constitutes a good opportunity or not. The first is timing. This is crucial. Don't even consider joining a company unless you're going to be first in your market. The second is the product. It must be something people need, want, like, 30-day consumable, unique with little to no competition. And you must have a fair and lucrative compensation plan. Instead of money being paid only to people at the top, the money has to be paid to people in the beginning and the middle stages of the business. You've got to be able to make money in this. The last thing you need, you absolutely have to have mentorship. Access to people who know how to make money, know how to achieve what you want to do, and are willing to show you step by step by step exactly how to make it work. So let's break these down and take a closer look at these criteria. This is what we call an S-curve growth chart, and all companies go through this. They start with what we call the ground floor. Then they build up momentum, transitioning through a concept we call critical mass before finishing up there at top. Now, can you read that? You see, that's the problem. You know those people that you hear saying, those things don't work, I've done that before and never made a cent? Well, that's probably true for them because they joined too late. The secret to making money in this is that you have to join in the beginning. But the question is, what's your beginning? Well, statistically speaking, the beginning of these network marketing companies is the first 150,000 distributors per country. Statistically, that's your ground floor. What I love about LifeVantage is that we're publicly traded. We're on the NASDAQ, so you can look at our numbers today. And when you do this, you'll find that LifeVantage has less than 80,000 distributors, but that's in the world. So my question to you is this. If the first 150,000 distributors per country is your ground floor, and we have 80,000 in the world, where are we at with timing? You see, no one knows about this. In fact, the odds of you sitting here hearing about this information right now are like a 0.0012% chance. So what about the product? Well, the product is made up of 5 herbs, 5 natural plant ingredients. When these herbs are synergistically combined, they activate this pathway in the body called NRF2. And when that pathway is lit up, it protects the body against oxidative stress. In fact, an American research paper clinically proved it reduced oxidative stress, aka the bad stuff in the body, by an average of 40% in as short as a 30-day window. And we said 100% of people, in fact, 100% of all mammals would see those results. Sound crazy? Well, the scientific community, who know exactly what oxidative stress can do, but haven't been able to find a way to reduce it, when this claim was made, a lot of them called us crazy. News media all over the States called us crazy. NBC 2020, they all hit us up. In fact, ABC Investigative News, one of the largest news stations in the States, contacted us and said this whole thing is a scam. In fact, we want to come and do an investigation and bust you on a national platform. And the company said, show up. So they sent their lead investigator to our office to take a blood test on national news. And the easiest way for me to explain the product, the easiest way for you to understand the power of what we've got in our hands is to show you the investigation that made national news. But while you're looking at this investigation, consider these 2 things. Since we're talking about business and revolutionizing your income, it's important for you to understand this. Number 1, the investigation hit the news in 2005. Since then, there's been 13 years of federally funded medical research conducted, which backs and confirms it. Number 2 is that think about the money that's in this. Since we're at the beginning, the masses don't know about this yet. It's brand new health technology, a way of biohacking the body with the knowledge learned through the study of nutrigenomics. It's new, it's groundbreaking, and it's the way of the future. Kind of like Microsoft back in 1982. Back then, that was a revolutionary concept and it took a while to catch on. But if you'd invested $1,000 back then, today that investment would be worth nearly $10 million for every $1,000 investment you made.
You want to get an edge on turning back the clock? With just a few pills, who doesn't? Well, it's no longer science fiction, but science possibility, a potential breakthrough. As I found out firsthand, there may be a way to erase years, at least inside my body. Granted, it's down the road, but some scientists are wondering if a new pill I took might offer a very long life. It may not look like the fountain of youth, but inside this nondescript building, I'm about to become part of an exciting experiment, a kind of guinea pig.
Dr. McCord, okay.
I'm here at the University of Colorado in Denver to meet Dr. Joe McCord, a world-renowned scientist.
This is pretty exciting stuff you're finding, huh?
It is. We're very excited about it.
His latest research could very well unravel the mystery of aging itself. And his decades of experiments may have the potential of adding years to people's lives and possibly prevent chronic diseases like cancer, diabetes, and heart disease. It all centers around this small yellow pill, and for me, it begins with a blood test.
Yeah, there we go.
It wouldn't be the first time I've given blood for this company.
They want to check my levels of something called T-bars, which is a rough indicator of a person's actual age. T-bars can identify a condition known as oxidative stress, a kind of measure of the wear and tear on our bodies. Oxidative stress, like the rusting of an engine, is not a good thing.
Bad for the body,
Leading to disease.
and leading to malfunction, and importantly, leading to what we call aging. It is a slow progression of increasing oxidative stress. That's the main characteristic biochemically of the aging process.
The problem of aging begins with the very food we eat to give us energy. As our cells burn that food, they also release toxic chemicals. Those chemicals, you may know them as free radicals, react with all the components of our cells, literally bombarding them millions of times per second, damaging all our cells. The result? Oxidative stress, and we all have it. The body fights back with a system of defenses. It makes two antioxidant enzymes, catalase and SOD, whose job is to gobble up the free radicals before they can harm our cells. But as we get older, some of those toxic radicals overwhelm our enzymes and wreak their havoc. For a long time, scientists thought that antioxidant vitamins like C and E would lower it, but they don't.
As it's turned out in just the last 5 years or so, we see that they're not good enough tools. They're not powerful enough.
But this pill, he says, is powerful enough. In fact, many times more powerful.
So, doctor, how often do I take these?
And so, here I go. With that swallow, I've just become part of a potentially landmark scientific experiment.
Doesn't taste bad.
It's called Protandim, and tests on both mice and humans have already shown that it revs up the manufacture of those good enzymes in our bodies. More enzymes, fewer free radicals to harm us. Whether that will lead to longer life is still unknown. Experiments to see if mice live longer are about to get underway, but it's a tantalizing theory.
Right now, all we know is that this preparation decreases oxidative stress. Oxidative stress is not a disease, just like aging is not in itself a disease, but it's something that accompanies and is attached to many disease processes.
Have you discovered the fountain of youth?
I wouldn't put it that way, but we may have discovered something that will tell us a lot more about how we age, what happens biochemically, and maybe how we can slow it down. And so you can see the age-related.
Normally, oxidative stress, measured by those T-bars, increases with age. But in Dr. McCord's tests, taking just one pill of Protandim a day reversed that trend for everyone at every age, even for an 80-year-old.
They all are reduced to the level of oxidative stress that one would expect, frankly, in a newborn or a very young child.
Back to the oxidative stress levels of a child? It sounds too good to be true. Will Protandim work on me? Well, perhaps. It turns out there is some other promising evidence that seems to back up Dr. McCord's findings. That evidence comes from mice that have been genetically engineered to produce more catalase, one of the enzymes that Protandim increases. The researcher, Dr. Douglas Wallace of the University of California at Irvine, says it had a remarkable effect.
We found that they live, in fact, about
20% longer, which is about a fifth of a lifespan.
He believes that with better techniques, human lifespan can eventually be extended too.
We might be able to increase the lifespan of a mammal by 50%. And of course, if that was a human being, then that might be in the order of 130 to 150 years.
The scientific evidence is there. The pieces seem to make sense. The question is, does this translate into something that humans can take advantage of?
So just what's in this seemingly incredible pill? Well, actually, its roots are very humble. Protandem is a combination of 5 plant ingredients. Some you may know: green tea or turmeric, a spice used in Indian cooking. Others, Withania somnifera and Silybum marianum, are more exotic.
There's a huge human experience with each of these ingredients. They've been used often in traditional medicine in India and China and many other cultures, in some cases centuries and centuries.
And so, ancient Eastern healing and modern Western medicine may soon be working together. High oxidative stress is associated with more than aging. It's been linked to hundreds of illnesses.
It's at the very center of many diseases: liver disease, diabetes, emphysema, asthma. I've studied all of these: strokes, heart attacks, even mental disease. Yes, depression, Alzheimer's disease, depression.
Dr. James Crapo with the National Jewish Medical Center in Denver is also researching Protandem for the company.
Are you saying that this could be a cure-all? You're looking at something that will have a small impact, but an important impact.
We make no claims about curing any disease or preventing any disease. We hope that when enough studies are done, perhaps such claims might be able to be made in the future.
Clinical studies to assess Protandem in both diabetes and heart disease should start in 3 to 4 months. But what about everyone's old nemesis, aging itself? Well, it's all about balance between the good antioxidants and those toxic free radicals.
And if we can tip that back, we may reduce some of the bad side effects of aging. Why my skin is different than that of a baby, for example. That's a very obvious part of the aging process. Or was prevent wrinkles? But you don't want to make false claims. Sure. But they could have produced wrinkles. It's always possible.
But what about my progress? After nearly 2 weeks now, it's time to get my results. Dr. McCord calculates the numbers. The result, my level of oxidative stress has declined dramatically.
45%, that's excellent.
Just look at where I fall on the graph, before and after.
Which, if extrapolated back, is the level you would see in a newborn baby.
Have we turned back the clock? Well, maybe not on the outside, but deep inside within my cells. Yes, indeed.
Would you suggest I keep taking this supplement?
I would. I can't guarantee it's going to extend your life. I can't guarantee it's going to eliminate any diseases or cure any diseases.
But we do know that oxidative stress is part of those disease processes. I don't want to wait until I'm 80 years old and find out that I should have taken it.
You see, ABC News, that's like our current affair or 60 Minutes. They go for the meat, they dig up the dirt. It wasn't just some clip you see on YouTube or a commercial advertisement. It's a third-party investigative news piece conducted on a national platform, and they came to discredit and shred the company apart. But you saw that investigation. Was it negative or was it positive? If you remember, we claimed a 40% drop within a 30-day window, but ABC News wouldn't even give us that time. They only gave us 2 weeks. They were hoping that the results wouldn't come close and they could say, well, this is what the company claims, but this is what we've seen. But do you remember what the reporters' results were? 45% in just 2 weeks. So the next logical question would be, well, what's been done since? Well, that news piece caught the attention of medical and scientific communities all over the world. There were already a few thousand research articles on oxidative stress before that aired, but now, over 13 years later, there are over 190,000 research papers on oxidative stress. There are more than 10,000 Tier 1 peer-reviewed studies on that NRF2 pathway, and there are 24 studies on the Protandem blend, not just the individual ingredients, but the blend itself. That's huge. You see, for one study to be published on the National Institute of Health, we're talking big dollars to fund and years to develop. The rapid rise in research in those areas, we're talking about millions, if not billions of dollars in additional research being conducted. And if there's that type of money and attention being laser focused on what we're discussing, do you think we should be paying attention? And who could use this product? Well, who do you know who ages? Who do you know who could do with more energy, better sleep, help with anxiety, or general improvement with their health and wellness? Thinking in terms of money and business, we're talking about nutrigenomics and using that knowledge specifically to create a positive biohacking experience within the body. And while Protandim is the company's flagship product, it's by no means their only product. The company is revolutionizing health and wellness. Supplementation is the candlestick in terms of health technology, and activation is the light bulb. It's the way of the future. Health and wellness is a $3.4 trillion industry, and this company and its products are positioned as leaders in this new way of thinking, looking, and performing at your best. We have no competition. We're not a vitamin. No one does what we do, and we have 14 US and international patents, so no one can copy us. So when you look at our products, we're unique with no competition. Category creating, revolutionary new health technology backed by research. It's affordable, natural, 30-day consumable, and we have a huge customer retention rate. Our CEO says the company-wide statistic is greater than 80% because our products do exactly what they say they do. Industry standard, for your information, for customer retention is around 5 to 10%. So when people feel good, when they understand the valuable health benefits, they continue taking the product. So we've got timing on our side. We've got an incredible product. What about the compensation plan? What about the money? Not many people understand that there are two ways you can generate income. There's a concept called linear, and there's a concept called leveraged. Linear income is what most people do. You go to work, you work an hour, you get paid in dollars for the hours that you work. The problem is if you don't go to work long term, what happens? You don't get paid. And this type of income is capped. You can only work so many hours each week. Working longer hours or asking for a higher hourly rate of pay are the only ways that you can earn additional income. And if you're earning decent income but working crazy hours and you want more time, well, you have to sacrifice money in order to get that. You work 40, 50, 60 years in the hope to retire, but the problem is most people can't save enough money to get that. In fact, recent statistics have shown that 95% of people will not be able to retire at age 65. 52% will have to work till they die, and 33% will live off government pensions. But there is a better way. It's called leveraged income. Leveraged income in network marketing works like this. As you build your team, you are creating distribution networks. You are then paid from the volume that flows through your business, along with the other bonuses that the company provides in the compensation plan. The power of leverage lies in the fact that you can only work so many hours each week on your own, but your earning capacity is dramatically increased as your team grows because you earn a percentage of your team's business efforts too. This is a fair system. The compensation plan encourages you to help your new team members succeed, which is mutually beneficial. But it doesn't mean that your team are stuck at rank beneath you. If they can rank advance past you and achieve greater success if they put in more work than you do, and this is exactly how it should be, fair and equitable. Leveraged income is powerful and many successful business people use it daily. You can build leveraged income by buying gas stations, hotels, restaurants, large numbers of investment properties. In a restaurant, for example, you use leverage when you buy your restaurant, find your employees and managers, you build your pyramid, step out and let them work and make you money. But why can't the average person buy a hotel chain or a restaurant? Well, a business partner of mine was looking at a franchise in 2013, and it was going to cost her about $2.1 million to buy in. It was a franchise called McDonald's. That's why people like your Warren Buffetts and Robert Kiyosaki's endorse this industry. It gives the average person the ability to build that exact same type of leveraged income without investing millions, and it can be built by working hard for 2 to 5 years. So would you rather a 40, 50, 60-year time span or a 2 to 5 year time span? And this is how powerful leveraged income can be. This is our company's income disclosure statement. As we're a publicly traded company on the NASDAQ, we can show you that what we paid out last year with full transparency. This income disclosure statement shows you the monthly average paid out to distributors at the various 11 ranks listed. When you join the business, you begin as a distributor with no rank. As your business volume grows, you rank advance to the next level. Take a good look at the second last column where it says monthly income. Then move across and pay particular attention to level 4. The monthly average for this rank is $1,100. Level 5, $2,500. Level 6, $5,800. And level 7 is $11,000. That's a lot of money right there in the beginning and middle of a network marketing compensation plan. And this is just one of the 8 ways that we get paid. There are also Smart Start bonuses, generational matching bonuses, and a particularly awesome incentive for reaching Pro 7 in the company. See the jump between level 6 and level 7? Well, that jump occurs because when you reach level 7 in this company, you are eligible to receive a percentage share of global sales. Yep, you heard me correctly. By reaching Pro 7, you not only get paid on the volume that goes through your business, but you also receive a percentage of global sales, which, as you can see, makes a huge impact on the monthly average income at that level. As you continue to rank advance, you continue to unlock additional shares in global sales. If you're going to revolutionize your income, you need a fair and lucrative compensation plan working with you. Ours has been voted as one of the industry's best by the Direct Selling Sales Association, and as you can see, it not only pays well at the top, but it also pays well at the beginning and middle areas of the compensation plan too. So remember the 4 key components of a great business opportunity? Well, let's see how we're tracking with those. Timing. We're at the forefront of nutrigenomics, the future of health and wellness. Statistically speaking, the ground floor is 150,000 distributors per market, and we have 80,000 worldwide. Do we have timing? Absolutely, and we can prove it by looking at the NASDAQ. Our ticker symbol is LFVN. Product. You saw the ABC News investigation. We have a natural product utilizing the knowledge learned through nutrigenomics, applying it in a way to positively biohack our body. It's unique, it's backed by science and research, it has no competition. It's 30-day consumable with an 80% customer retention rate. Do we have a great product? Absolutely, and we have the studies on PubMed.gov, the National Institutes of Health, to prove it. The comp plan. People make money in network marketing, but the issue for most companies is that there's a lot of guys making a couple of million at the top while everyone else is making 20 bucks. And you've just seen our income disclosure sheet. In this company, the leadership positioned the money at the beginning and the middle stages as well as at the top. We have 8 ways to get paid each and every month and a bonus incentive of a percentage of global sales once you reach the level of Pro 7. Do we have a fair and lucrative compensation plan? Absolutely, and we have the income disclosure sheet to prove it. So the last thing is mentorship. How do you build this business? Well, let's take a look at our mentorship in the system. In our company, we're really proud of the inclusive, supportive growth environment and culture that's been established. The beauty of network marketing is that by helping our team members achieve success, we also achieve success. It's honestly one of the best working environments I've ever had the privilege to be a part of. Over the last few years, I've had the honor of working with second to none leadership because we have full access to the leadership in this company. You have access. If you decide to build this, you have access to everything you need, to people who know where you're starting from and can help you get where you want to go. We have online weekly trainings, presentations, webinars, Facebook group support, full phone access, as well as local ground level support. So what's the system? Well, the system is to show the presentation 15 times a month or more. But a presentation is just showing people, inviting people to see this information, showing them the video, connecting them to webinars, one-on-one, in-person, and monthly group presentations. That's what a presentation is, just connecting new people with this information. It's simple. Attending the trainings like that are non-negotiable. We have weekly online trainings and corporate events held locally and in various locations all over the world. The last thing is the most important thing. It's giving it 2 to 5 years. While you're still raising your kids, while you're still working your job, this is something you can add in, a plan B that could well become your plan A. You see, people grossly overestimate what they can do in a year and grossly underestimate what they can do in 2 to 5 years. So committing to this time frame is absolutely essential. And as you share this information with others, what happens is some people decide they want to take the product as a customer. And that's great. Sign them up on the spot from your phone. You only have to do this once, and the product ships directly from the company to the customer's house. You don't touch it. You don't handle any money, no delivery, no inventory, and no parties. But some people see exactly how big this opportunity is, and they don't want to miss out. They know multiple people who can benefit from the product, and they want to make money with this product as a business. And why wouldn't you? We have revolutionary products. Protandim, which is the Nerve 2 you witnessed on the ABC News report, and its companion product, Nerve 1, which works to change your gene expression and transform your life, along with a full skincare system utilizing Nerve 2 activation as an outside-in approach to cellular health. It's like the ultimate in anti-aging defense. Globally, the company has products available in the smart energy, weight management, and animal categories too, and has strategically positioned itself. Check this out. When you talk business and you're talking dollars, and global spending on human supplements is $200 billion a year market. And that's with traditional supplementation, which we know is old health technology. But that's our market. And where we're the company at the forefront of biohacking and nutrigenomics, strategically positioned to dominate this market. Skincare is a $120 billion market, and in particular, the anti-aging products are a huge proportion of those sales. We have the only skincare system with Nerve 2 in each and every product. And again, that's our market. Animals, energy, and weight management add an additional combined $238 billion in terms of market proposition for a total of $558 billion. That's the market you can tap into with our unique and revolutionary products. That's why this business just makes sense. For someone wanting to join the business, it's $1,650 to sign up on a platinum pack, of which the company gives you back over $1,900 in value in the form of products, your own replicated website, and training. But the biggest asset you're going to get is the mentorship. That's why we're here. We're growing teams because we know what we're doing. And the first step we're going to do with you is help you enroll 3 people. Because for each person you partner in, the company pays you $500 in a Smart Start bonus. So by partnering in 3 people, you just made yourself $1,500 in bonuses, at which point you just paid off the credit card. Now, after doing this for quite a few years, I'm well aware that some of you are sitting there seeing the opportunity and wanting to just jump all in. But there's a part of you that feels like you just aren't that person. You doubt if you can actually build this business. Well, firstly, I want to say, yes, you can. If you're coachable and willing to do the system, you can definitely build this business. But just as an option, as something to think about, if you love the idea of building this business, but feel you're not bold enough or brave enough to do it yourself, you can consider being what we call a connector. This is someone who joins the business and refers people to us. We share the information, and if the referred person chooses to become a customer or distributor, they get signed up in your business. It's a win-win-win situation. It's a win for the person who wouldn't have heard about the information if you didn't refer them. It's a win for you as you're taking action and building your business, but you're not doing the heavy lifting in terms of presentations and presenting that information. And it's a win for your business partner, as this is additional volume in their business too. So let's take a 12-month snapshot. Growth is happening quickly now, and in the last 12 months, we've gone from 11 training facilities to over 22 training facilities. We've gone from being open in 9 countries to now open in over 18 countries. We've gone from 10 pay grades in the company to over 12 pay grades in the company. And in the last 90 days, our stock has not doubled, but tripled in value. So as you can see at LifeVantage, not only do we satisfy those 4 key components, we can literally prove everything. The timing, the product, the comp plan, and the mentorship, the system. I'd like to finish up with an industry example of the power of momentum and being in the right place at the right time. Timing is the only key component we've looked at tonight that gets worse, not better, with every passing day. You've seen this graph in an earlier slide tonight. It's the S curve that all companies go through during growth. It starts on the ground floor, sales increase, and when they hit a critical tipping point, the company explodes into a concept called critical mass, before finishing out at top in a phase called stabilization. During the stabilization phase, you typically see 2 to 7% growth. That you can get in any company all day long. But that 80% growth right there in the middle, in that critical mass phase, for people who get that type of growth in their business, that's the type of growth where trust fund babies are created. The company I'm using as an example in comparison to LifeVantage is a company called Nu Skin. I use it for 3 reasons. A, it's on the NASDAQ, so you can look it up and see the facts. B, it's a $2 billion company, so it's successful. C, it's in network marketing, just like us. Nu Skin hit its tipping point for momentum and started the critical mass phase back in 1989. At that time, a couple of key things occurred, which were, 1, the company was doing around $4 million a month in sales, and 2, the company had a 3% hyper-enroller rate. Now, a hyper-enroller is just someone who has personally enrolled 10 people. So if you sign 10 people, you're considered a hyper-enroller. This is an important indicator that many companies will use to figure out when that company is going to shift into momentum. And Way Nu Skin Herbalife, their tipping point was approximately 3%, and this is considered the point you look for. Now, when Nu Skin hit this $4 million mark and this 3% hyper-enroller rate, they began the critical mass growth phase, and their monthly sales grew in volume so much that 24 months later, they were doing $52 million a month. Now, who would love to catch that type of growth? Well, some people did, and there are lots and lots of stories, but my favorite is a couple called John and Giselle Sexsmith. They were making around $5,000 a month in the beginning of that critical mass phase. And when Nu Skin hit that $4 million mark and that 3% hyper-enroller rate, their monthly check grew from $5,000 to 24 months later, $140,000 per month. Today, if you research them, they're doing around $175,000 per month. Now, you can still join Nu Skin, Amway, and any other network marketing company in stabilization phase and make money. But you will never capture that type of growth because that type of growth occurs one time. You miss it and it's gone. So let's take a look at LifeVantage. Well, we're also on the NASDAQ, so you can check out the numbers. LifeVantage today is doing around $206 million per month in sales, which for those of you who are fast at math, you'll realize that's more than 4 million. But what's so unique about LifeVantage is that of that 206 million in sales, about 80% comes just strictly from customers, not distributors, strictly from customers. Only 20% of that comes from distributors. And distributors are the ones who go out and actually build the business. So if you take 20% of 206 million, you'll see that we're sitting at around a $3.5 million month in sales. Nu Skin was at 4 million. And as far as our hyper-enroller rate, a few months ago, I was watching one of our company elites on stage telling the audience, listen, you don't have time. She said that the CEO had told her that LifeVantage was sitting at a 2.6 hyper-enroller rate. But the CEO of the company then came on stage and told her that was old data. We've now shifted from a 2.6 to a 6. This company is set to revolutionize health and wellness, and it can also help you revolutionize your income. So my question to you is this. If you were at the beach, out in the water, and you saw this massive wave coming, like directly at you, statistically going to hit you head on, and you know that you want to catch that wave and ride it all the way into shore. In order for you to do that, in order for you to catch that wave, what do you have to do? Something. You need to take action. You need to start paddling. You see, some of my friends, they wanted to wait. They wanted to wait to try the product. They wanted to wait to get the money together to join the business. They wanted to wait to find more time. They wanted to wait to see how I'm doing. And nearly 4 years later, they're still waiting at their job, no plan B. And in most cases, they're still unhappy with life and complaining. Well, me, I had no time. I had no spare money. I literally used my credit card to join, and I had no idea what I was doing. but I saw the science and I saw the value in the product and I saw the opportunity in the business, and I knew I did not want to miss riding this wave. Richard Branson describes opportunity like this. He says opportunity is going to hit you, never when it's convenient. It's going to hit you when the bank account is zero, when your time limit is maxed out. That's when opportunity hits you. And he's so right. You see, whenever you see an opportunity, you have two options. Option one, you're going to create a business, setting a foundation in place that will maximize your ability to benefit from the critical mass phase, riding that wave all the way into shore, not only taking care of you and your family now, but taking care of your family for generations and generations to come. Or option two, you're going to miss this because you think you've got time, but you'll spend every single day regretting knowing what you should have done. Einstein states the definition of insanity is repeating the same behavior and expecting a different result. Nothing changes unless you do. Do something today that could revolutionize your income and change your future for the better. Please get back with the person who invited you to the webinar for more information about becoming a customer or a business builder with LifeVantage.